Yesterday, Congress leader Priyanka Gandhi Vadra was sent a notice to vacate her Delhi bungalow, which is the official accommodation that was provided to her. Now, that has been her house for 23 years, and now she's been asked to leave it. Now, this has sparked a debate about whether it's just an extension of the political slugfest that Congress and BJP almost on a daily basis engage in. Is it a matter of entitlement politics, or is it just sheer political vendetta? We're going to get into these things. But first, I'm going to turn to Nishtha for the details of the notice that was sent to Priyanka Gandhi.
Hello Karan. So yesterday Priyanka Gandhi Vadra received a notice from Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs which asked her to vacate her Lodhi estate home within a month's time. The notice stated that now she is not entitled to SBG protection and she is under Z plus security cover. So in this security there is no provision of government house and hence she is asked to vacate it. Also, if she fails to vacate it by 1st of August, then there will be chargeable rent. So this has to be seen. But as we see now, I think Priyanka Gandhi Vadra is ready to vacate the house as there are news of her paying the dues of 3.5 lakhs of the Lodhi estate home.
Right, but Nishtha, now, of course, this has come about as a result of a downgrade in her security cover. How did this come about?
Yes, so actually in December 2019, the central government by the Home Affairs Ministry had issued and amended a bill which is Special Protection Group Act. So after this amendment, now SBG security has to be given only to the Prime Minister and his immediate family which stays with him in Prime Minister's residence till they are in the office, and after 5 years they cease to hold the office. So in this case, Priyanka Gandhi's father has passed away long back and this 5-year duration is not fulfilled. However, in earlier acts, there was provision that central government can have a look and analyze the threat situation and extend the cover to further years so that there can be security. But now this bill was passed because Amit Shah has told that there are constraints of SPG infrastructure, commandos, expenditure, and hence they have to limit the SPG security to only certain people.
Right, Nishtha, so let's just come to the central question now. Is this a case of political vendetta? Because I'm sure there are others who continue to occupy official government bungalows and not having the kind of security that Priyanka enjoyed till about last year. For instance, like one name that comes to mind is probably L.K. Advani or Murali Manohar Joshi. They have their official residences. What do you think about this?
See Karan, I don't think this is political vendetta. Like I mentioned in previous acts, there was provision that central government can analyze and hence extend or withdraw the security. So if there was political vendetta, then government could have chosen that path to remove and withdraw Priyanka Gandhi's security. But now the government has amended the whole act. So this shows us that this is done by keeping in mind the restraints that I said about infrastructure, expenditure and commandos. So this is not political vendetta. Yes, in case of Murali Manohar Joshi and L.K. Advani, it can be called favoritism because after not being MP in the last elections, so they are still having the government bungalows. That can be favoritism, but this is not political vendetta. And also when it comes about political vendetta, then I see BJP as far behind in the race. Like we have seen in Rajiv Gandhi Foundation case a few days earlier, BJP didn't start an ED or CBI inquiry. It just attacked through tweets and TV debates about the donations and foreign funding. So this isn't political vendetta.
Right, right. Nishtha, I'd also like to ask you, we are reading now that Priyanka Gandhi Vadra might move to a Lucknow house, right? And now being the Congress General Secretary in UP, she has actually been quite vocal in opposing, say, the BJP, Modi and the UP government led by Yogi Adityanath. So is this going to be like even more of a motivation to, shift base to Lucknow and continue her sort of opposition there? And maybe in the future even try and make a strong case to get Congress back to power.
Yes, so she has been working in Uttar Pradesh since more than an year after she entered into active politics. But in Uttar Pradesh, not much effect on ground can be seen in Congress candidates, as she has met many of them and suggested them some rectifications, recommendations, but nothing much has been done on ground. Like in Lok Sabha elections also last year, Congress could get only one seat in the Lok Sabha elections. Also, there are some news of discontent among party members in the Congress regarding election of the state president of Congress. So this is a concern. However, if she moves to Lucknow, of course, she will be more actively participating in Uttar Pradesh politics, but till now, she has not been able to leave any mark. And this is not a new thing. Smriti Irani also, after getting elected as MP of Amethi, has shifted her base to there. So this is not a great thing. So making hero out of her, of that she has paid the dues and now she'll go to Lucknow, work on ground. This is not an heroic act. It is actually a normal act. So this has not to be glamorized.
Right. Thank you so much, Nishtha, for your insights.
We at Swarajya are working towards creating more exclusive videos, podcasts, and analysis for our Swarajya Patreon subscribers. We've added a link in that description, and you can go ahead and support us for as little as $4.99 on a monthly basis. We look forward to your support. Keep watching, keep supporting Swarajya.